What is happening, everybody? Hello and welcome. My name is Jim from the thing you're watching right this second, right now. And today's video, we'll be checking out Lorde, Man of the Year, her newest song. It just dropped 20 hours ago. I've been covering Lorde for a little while now. My first experience with Lorde was through Pure Heroin. I did an album reaction to that, and it's pure art from start to finish. And as I was about to move on to Solar Powered, I realized this album is kind of polarizing. A lot of people said, I love this album. I really enjoy where it goes, and it's different, but I enjoy it. A lot of people also told me they did not like it, and it kind of destroyed Lorde in their eyes. It just kind of diminished her as an artist. And I'm like, God damn, I don't know. So I kind of held off on doing that album for a while, and while I was holding off, apparently she's working on some new stuff. I will swing back around, and I will check out Solar Power at some point, but for now, I want to get involved in the hype of whatever this new project is. And I did check out her new song. Besides this one, what was that? Did you guys see that one? It's kind of it's an interesting music video. She's scooting around in a bicycle. She's rooting around in the sewers. We actually go inside of Lorde. We go down her throat. It was, I don't know, it was a weird ass angle, but at least it seems like she's got some great dental care and keeps up with some proper hygiene in her mouth, which was, you know, good to see, I suppose. But yeah, kind of a weird little manic, kind of schizophrenic song for sure. I wasn't sure how I feel about it, and I still don't know how I feel about it, honestly. But I thought, hey, man, this might be fun to do a new one. So anyway, this song just dropped. The song's called Man of the Year. No context, no idea what any of it's about. And I'm about to do something that might be a little jarring for some of you. And that is, I'm going to move over that way just for a second. Everybody just pretend this is a normal thing, because I don't want to edit. This is totally fine. This is totally fine. It's going to be all right. And I'm going to pop one of these guys up here. And there we go. All right, we got through that together. Not a big deal. If this video is on YouTube for some reason, consider liking and subscribing only if you like me, I guess. And if you don't like me, I don't know, write a mean comment or something. Put it down in the comments. Tell me why you think I suck. And I probably won't read it or respond. But still, maybe it'll make you feel better. Anyway, let's go. Lorde, Man of the Year.
Gliding through on my bike, gliding through like new from my recent ego death.
Okay.
Sirens sing overnight, violent sweet music. You met me at a really strange time in my life. Take my knife and I cut the cord. My babe can't believe I've become someone else, someone more like myself. Who's gonna love me like this? Oh, who could give me like this? Let it flow down to me. Love me like this.
So fragile.
Now I'm broken up. Now I go about my day, riding it like a wave, playing it any way I want.
Oh, no, that's going to hurt. Don't put that on there. That is going to sting.
Days go by in a haze, stay up and sleep late.
Interesting beat mapping.
Who's gonna love me like this? Oh, who could give me like this? Where he flow down through me, love me like this. Now I'm broken open. Let's hear it for the Man of the Year.
What's all that sand doing there?
Man of the Year. How I hope that I remembered my gold chain, my shoulders, my face in the light. I didn't think he'd appear. Let's hear it for the Man of the Year.
Oh, no. Oh, no. It's got to get everywhere.
Hear it for the Man of the Year. Let's hear it for the Man
it just stops? We're just left here? Okay. Lorde, you all right? Okay, let's talk about it here for a second. A little unexpected. I thought we were working with some different tones and frequencies because the way this thing started off was very minimalistic with like that simple bass. And it was so clean and it just had such nice warm vibrancy to it that it almost felt like an upright bass, but it wasn't. It was an electric bass, but it was very cool. I enjoyed her fragile delivery in the beginning here, especially talking about her ego death and wondering if people will like her like she is now. Which kind of leads me back to like the conversations I had with people that were fans of Lorde that said Solar Power was that polarizing album. Maybe that album was her ego death. She thought that she could put out whatever and it would be on the top of the world, and apparently it just didn't do so well or whatever. And that was part of her learning about her own ego death. I'm sure there's more to it than that, but she's having some sort of crazy shift here. She's having some sort of like moment where she's stepping outside of herself, where she's either growing or at least realizing that she's shedding her skin and moving on from something, at least some sort of behavior that she was a part of before. And in doing all of that, she's left in the aftermath of saying like, well, who's going to love me like this? Who's going to be the person that can accept me for who I am right now? Because as it appears here in this video, she feels kind of like a broken person to me, you know? I mean, especially just the acting that we get and that schizophrenic dancing, and maybe she does that pretty often because she did that in that What Was That video. She seemed like she was, you know, kind of like rocking out really hard, but like in only like weird angles or whatever. I don't know. I'm not here to shame anybody on how they dance. I can barely do the Macarena, so I'm no one to talk, you know? But like, it's very schizophrenic and it's very mechanical in her movements, and it feels like interpretive dance to me. And I don't know, it feels like there's a lot of self-loathe here, and it's showcased in the video as well, especially as she takes off her shirt, which I think is supposed to be like a signification or signifying her taking off her skin and becoming something else, and getting down and dirty in that room that has a shitload of sand in it for some reason. Like, what the fuck kind of room is that? Why is there just a room full of sand? Let's go back through the video. Let's pinpoint some of these vocals. Let's pinpoint some of these lyrics and some of this sound design, and we'll break it down like that. All right, here we go. Like, look at this look. She's staring off into the distance, a million miles away. She looks like numb to it all. It looks like she's had some kind of like realization that like, fuck, it's all coming down. I also like appreciate this look as well because it looks like she doesn't have any makeup on. She doesn't look like well up and done. Like, she's not posing herself in like a manner that's supposed to be like attractive or whatever. Like, it's just bare. It's just, you know, her hair is slightly a frizz. Is that a word? A frizz? Her hair is slightly a frizz. That's a thing. That's something that people totally say. Anyway, she's staring off the million-mile stare, no makeup. She looks a little unkempt. She looks a little like she's about to snap here. And I like the delivery of the introduction of this. It just comes across as like so clean, so nice, so warm, with just that bass. Nothing is distracting. Nothing is destructing just yet, but we do deteriorate. Let's continue.
Gliding through on my bike, gliding through,
So soft.
like new from my recent ego death.
Like, still staring off, like her eyes are getting a little glossy here. So I think she's doing a great job with like the minimalistic angle of this video here. I like the fragility of this, and I like how it kind of continues to disintegrate a little bit more. She'll go into a bit of more of like a whisper tone, but like just as there's this look of disdain on her face, like she feels almost kind of disgusted with herself.
Sirens sing overnight, violent sweet music. You met me at a really strange time in my life. Take my knife and I cut the cord. My babe can't believe I've become someone else, someone more like myself. Who's gonna love me like this? Oh, who could give me like this? Let it flow down to me. Love me like this.
Some great expression here, some really cool voice acting. I love the runs on this. I mean, there's a certain fragility, but there's also like an essence of tension in her voice. Anyway, I like the run of it all. I like the variation of going super high, quiet whisper tones, and it's just it feels more like an emission. Like she's she's letting something off of her, she's getting something off of her chest, and she's being honest about something. And the main, I guess, thesis of this is who is going to love somebody like her is fairly evident. And with the song title "Man of the Year," so maybe somebody does like her like this. Somebody does like her natural self. She says she's becoming more like herself. So maybe this is in celebration of that, of her shedding her skin. And something tells me that like underneath it all, if she was, you know, in some sort of like character or playing somebody or whatever, she's always known what she was and was always been kind of ashamed by it. Like even when she says like, I'm more like myself, like the look in her face is one of disgust. It's not like, oh, finally I can be me and like the weight of the world is off my shoulders. That's not like what we're getting here. We're getting like, fuck, the real me is coming through. This is it. I've always known this. I've tried to mask it. I've tried to cope in different ways, but it's coming out and there's nothing I can do about it. Let's continue. Love the ominous tones, foreshadowing where we're going.
Now I go about my day, riding it like a wave, playing it any way I want. Swish mouthwash, jerk off. Days go by in a haze, stay up and sleep late.
And I wonder what's going on here. Like this is a very obvious like shift here, and like it's interesting even what's happening sonically here. You hear like these claps, what almost sounds like a ping pong ball going back and forth over a ping pong table. It's very deliberate. It's in the mix. It's kind of almost off time. It's almost a little clap. It's a little foreshadowing as to like what's about to come. Also with like that, you know, brooding, ominous guitar swell there as well. But what's interesting about this is like there's one side of me that's like, oh, this is sexy. You know, a girl's taking her shirt off, and you know, that's you know, I'm normally a fan of that. But like there's another side of this as well. Like the thing that she's doing right after this is applying tape to herself. And you know, like it's duct tape, man. Like that shit's gonna sting, you know? Like, so like one part of you, like my brain is like, oh, cool. But the other part is like, oh fuck. Like what is this? She's shedding her skin, and it's a form of like self-harm to some kind of degree here. So there's like that tension there as well. And again, leaning into the fact that she's not in any makeup here. She's not trying to be sexy, but she's showing like a certain side of her femininity where it's like bearing all, you know what I mean? And the only thing covering her is going to sting like fucking shit later. And then this is where we start to deteriorate. This is where the manic episode comes in. This is where things become more schizophrenic. This is where everything becomes jarring from a sound and a visual aspect.
Who's gonna love me like this? Who could give me like this? Where he flowed down through me, love me like this. Now I'm broken open.
It's actually kind of beautiful, and I still really appreciate the fact that nice, clean, warm, organic bass is underneath all of it. It's foreshadowing, but like we're still rooted. We still have that anchor point of like where we were. We're not too far off the wall where we're in two completely different realms here.
Let's hear it for the man of the year.
And there's even a harmony on the ominous guitar or synth patch.
Hear it for the man of the year.
And this is like the interpretive dance, and then things become schizophrenic, things become wild and jagged and shaky, and it's like everything's been building to this point. Everything's been swelling. It's been like this, oh fuck, this is just staying. The real me is going to come out. Who's going to love me? I'm shedding my skin here. Like I feel it coming and changing, and I have no power over it because it is who I am. And then all hell breaks loose. Even the beat deteriorates, or we're really introduced to a deteriorating beat.
How I hope that I remembered my gold chain, my shoulders, my face in the light. I didn't think he'd appear. Let's hear it
Okay. So like even like the beat mapping, like the drums and everything, there's a slight crescendo that reverses off of the hit. It's super processed down. There's no decay to any of it. Everything is very sharp. Everything is very, I don't know, like it feels random. I guess it's in confines of the same beat mapping and the tempo of the song or whatever, but it's so sporadic and everything that it feels like it's a little bit jarring. And just the fact that there's like no decay on everything just it stops so sharp and everything. And then with those spinning camera moves and the interpretive dance here, that's where things feel so much more jagged. And the only thing holding us down at that point, since the bass is just completely lost in the mix, is Lorde's melody. And I think she does a good job. There is some layering on it. You know, it is kind of harmonizing and it does have a chorus effect on it. But I think it's, you know, it still feels sincere and it still feels nice. Okay, now we're moving on to the part where Lorde attempts to make the worst sandcastle imaginable. She just fails at making this sandcastle. It just gets sand everywhere, which is already going to be a fucking mess later. And like just jeans in the sand too is another goddamn nightmare. Oh, I didn't realize she tried and slip and slide it in there. If this video had a slip and slide in it, I feel like I would have added a little bit more to the dramatics. Just like one slip and slide. She just runs, slides down, goes into the wall, pushes herself back off. You don't see enough slip and slides in music videos. No, she's just gonna get dirty, and it's gonna be a pain in the ass later. It's like my dog when I let it in the beach. It just like fucking goes nuts. Just like starts digging little circles, little holes and nuts. Like it's very, very primal and animalistic. And I understand. It's all part of the interpretive dance and everything. But come on. It's a little silly, right? A little silly. Let's hear it for the man of the year. Yeah, there's absolute pain and disdain. And if there's one thing I do take away from this video is the fact that like her acting, her movements, like contorting her body in certain ways, like even as she was walking up to this random ass room with sand for no reason at all. It's not explained. As she's walking up to it, her belly is rolling. Like it seems like she's almost like, I don't know, her muscles are spasming. It's just her movements. And it does seem jagged and it does feel a little unnatural. I wonder if that's supposed to signify that she doesn't feel comfortable with who she is. And like her movements aren't natural and she feels out of place, and shedding her skin by taking her shirt off like that is like, that could be an angle. That could definitely be an angle, but I don't know for sure. But yeah, there's one thing that's for sure, and that is disdain and absolute pain in her face. She does a great job with very little here. Oh, it goes out like a scream too, the harmonized synthetic texture there. And it's cool too how it pans back and forth as well. It's adding more space, it's adding more variance. It's feeling like the room is filling up with massive sound, especially with starting from such a thin place. And then look at her. She's left with like fucking nothing. She's like, this whole thing has been swelling inside of her. The mania and everything, the disdain, it has gone to such a plateau. It's gotten to such a peak here and it's plateaued, and she's just left in the aftermath. Like, I think she's a great actress. Like, she's like, what the fuck? Like, it's almost like she's having a panic attack. And then she rolls away from the camera. Sand all down her butt crack. Okay, there it is. Lorde, Man of the Year. The song is definitely interesting. The sound design is definitely interesting. It feels sincere, and I think I like this one a little bit more than What Was That? And there's nothing wrong with What Was That? It just feels like I'm on a drug binge. I feel like I'm just cracked out on something or whatever. This does feel like it's coming from a more personal place. Even though she does, she's giving us a very personal story and What Was That? And, you know, it's a very specific story to her. So yeah, I guess, you know, I don't have too many bad things to say about that now too, looking at it in the context of where this is going. Yeah, it makes me excited for the new project. You know, I want to see this new Lorde. I want to see what she's been hiding from us for so long. I want to see what's underneath it all. I want to see why she's so scared to share all of this with us. What is it there that's terrifying to her that she knows she has to share with us? She knows it's going to come out. It's going to overpower her, but she's not, or she hasn't been this deep with us before. Like, that to me is exciting. And as far as like the production goes, I think there's some interesting and minimalistic techniques on both of these songs that's hinting at where the sonic direction of the album is going to go. So interesting stuff from Lorde. Weird video, but hey, you know what? I dig weird. Weird's always good. And yeah, I guess that's about it. I'd love to hear what you guys think about this new song. Are you guys fans? What do you think about Solar Power? Is it a yay or a nay from you guys? I'm going to do it anyway, but I always enjoy keeping that conversation going and seeing why it is such a polarizing album. And are you excited for the new stuff? Let me know. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.